Hey, what's up everyone? This is Silver Slayer and welcome to your daily silver stacking video. Thank you for tuning in to a video of Silver Slayer absolutely ripping apart a stupid article written from a clueless person who's claiming he has 9 legitimate, so it's gotta be legit reasons silver's a bad investment. So this video should be informational, but most of all, entertaining to say the least. And it's funny because this article is written from a site called money'sthegame.com, right? These guys understand money and it's all a game, right? So I love doing these types of videos because it's sad that imagine if you weren't a silver stacker. Imagine you didn't know about silver. Imagine you were new into the investing world or looking to branch off and you come across this article. You come across this article before you ever read an article talking about what makes silver valuable. This would push you away before you even had a chance to look into it. Now, yes, you shouldn't just base your investments off one article, but it definitely, first impressions, everything. And he's talking about, legitimate reasons. So, this should be a very fun video. I'm really excited. I love tearing apart articles like this. If he makes some good points, right? And I don't want to be biased. If he makes some good points, I'll agree. But I also want to share context because a lot of times these articles just don't share context. They'll say something, but there's nothing backing it. So, and it's usually for their own type of reason, right? They're getting something, or they're trying to I guess push you into another direction, which is usually from a digital side. So this, just make sure you're subscribed. I'm doing a 48K giveaway as well. This is going to be a fun one. Let me know what you think. I'd love for you to participate and share your thoughts on this very interesting article as well. So with so much of the investing world boasting about silver and how good it is in an investment, how many people talk about the downside of investing in silver? And here's one thing as well. These types of articles always blow up when silver is down bad. If silver was skyrocketing right now, you wouldn't see anyone bashing silver. You wouldn't see anyone saying that they were right or any of that stuff. But when silver's down, everyone craps on it. It's just funny. If silver was $50 right now, all these people would be saying, "Oh, silver, you need to put this in your portfolio. Silver was, we were right," But when it's down, people try to just step on it, right? And it's just funny. True silver stackers, whether it's down or it's up, whether it's sideways, whatever the case is, we buy it and we understand its value. We don't just hop on the bandwagon. So here are 9 legitimate reasons silver is a bad investment. 1 is price fluctuation, which is volatility. 2, the ability to buy fake silver. 3, storage fees. 4, deflationary events can drastically lower the value. 5, potential for loss, theft, or damage. 6, there is no true price per ounce. 7, value can change based on fear, just like stocks. 8, silver doesn't pay you dividends. And 9, you have to time the market to make big gains. So you can see some of these points are actually points that would be, making silver a good investment. But let's just keep going, okay? Let's just keep going. Before I say anything, I just want to get through this. I don't want to have to stop at every single point because this video be an hour long. So at the very least, knowing what makes silver a bad investment can help you invest in silver. It will help you avoid the common pitfalls and get a better or actual, in some cases, return on your investments. And I agree with that. I do agree with that. I always make videos, and this is another direction I wanted to take this video, talking about, some of the transparency, right? Like I said, if silver's not always rainbows and unicorns, I'm not going to portray it that way. But when he's trying to twist things, that's what I don't like. When he's trying to twist the reader's perception without giving context to what he's saying, that's what I don't like. So, price fluctuation, volatility. It's no new news that precious metals are volatile and the price can fluctuate wildly. This can work in your favor or against. Now, yes, silver is like gold on steroids. It's like a bipolar version of gold. If gold's going to rise 10%, silver's going to rise 15%. But also for the opposite, if gold drops 10%, silver's going to drop 15%. But at the end of the day, there's a reason why gold and silver are called safe havens. So you can't really apply the risk factor into something that's a safe haven. Especially when we're looking at why my name is Silver Slayer and not Gold Slayer. Not Gold Guy, not Gold Guru, not Bitcoin Boy. None of that. There's a reason. Silver and gold cannot be compared to such a degree when silver has a lot of things going for it that gold simply doesn't. So even if people have a lot of experience in the commodities market, emotional investing tends to be a part of buying and selling. Buying high and selling low is a real problem you need to contend with. And yes, I agree with this. Maybe this article isn't as bad as I was expecting. So this is a good point. Buying high and selling low is a real problem. And that is directly from emotional investing. Most people buy high and sell low when you're supposed to buy low and sell high. Buy the dips, sell the tops. Don't buy high, hope it goes higher. That's gambling. So why did this happen, you say? Because if you would look at a chart, let's say you looked at a chart for the last 20 years, and you were saying, when should you bought? You would say, oh, I would have bought it $11, and I would have sold it when it was 30 or 50. But most people buy at 50 and sell at 11. It's because when silver's down bad, like right now, nobody's buying it. Nobody's talking about it in a positive light. All these articles are never going to tell you to buy silver, while right now should be the time you're buying. They're going to say that silver is a bearish investment. You should go to Bitcoin or something along the lines. They're not telling you that right now is the entry point. They're telling you right now is the exit point. And plus, when the price is down bad right now, you get a little skittish. You start to second guess yourself. That's not having faith in the markets. If you understand silver's true value, you know that silver is worth a lot more than $24.42. And since you know that, since you know it's worth more than that, then you should buy it. But when the price is high, everyone's talking about it. Friends, family, your dog, your cat, the squirrel in the backyard, chasing the bird. Everyone's talking about it. So that makes you want to jump on the bandwagon and get a slice of the silver pie. I could compare this to Wall Street silver. Everyone jumped on the silver bandwagon while Wall Street silver had that kick up to $30. So most people bought silver at $30. Most of the new stackers bought silver at $30. Now they see their investment down, in the red, and they're saying, maybe I shouldn't have got into this. Maybe we can't squeeze the market. I'm just going to sell off and put my money back into Bitcoin. See how that happens? They buy high, sell low. And that's a very dangerous thing, and that's exactly how you lose money. Impulse buying, panic selling is usually what takes people out. So, when you have an investment like silver, which has historically been very volatile, you need to be as sure as you can that you're buying low and selling high. This seems obvious, right? But because people invest emotionally, it can be challenging to know when to buy and sell, right? If you would look at this chart, you would say, oh, I would buy down here, and I would have maybe liquidated a little up here. I would have bought down here. But when you're in the moment, everyone's talking about silver being down bad, so you don't want to buy right here. But when it's up here, news, everyone's talking about it, so most people start buying, right? Just like no one's buying Bitcoin right now because Bitcoin's low. But when Bitcoin was at $60,000, everyone was buying Bitcoin. Coinbase was talked about. People that have never invested a single dollar in their entire life were all buying it. And now it's down and most people are selling off. Same with Dogecoin. Most people are selling it off saying it was, but if they would hold on to it for another year or two, it would go back up. And then those people that sold right now are going to be kicking themselves in the butt, wishing they would have held on. You can't think from such a small-minded time frame. You have to hold on to this stuff for years and years to really make gains. You can't just hold on to it for 6 months or a year, and if it's down, just exit out. That's not how it works, ladies and gentlemen, especially with precious metals. So anyways, a historic chart from the macro trends illustrates how much the price of silver can change in a very short period. So here's the 100-year historical chart. I like this chart. So as you can see, there have been major spikes in the price over time. For example, August 2001, silver was $6. 2008, 24. And then 2011, it was 50, right? That's a 290% return in 7 years, right? I mean, that's crazy. Plus, in 2020, silver was the number one performing asset. Silver was the number one performing asset. Not number two, not number three. It literally was the top asset for the most returns. It wasn't all good news, though, because in 2008, stock market crashed, right? And silver dropped to $11 by October. That's a 52% loss. But see, here's missing context. Missing context. He says 2008, the stock market crashed, silver dropped back down to $11, but he doesn't mention 3 years later, silver was $50. You see what I'm saying? He's saying this isn't all good news, though, because stock market crash, things went bad. But actually, the stock market crash is what pushed silver to $50 3 years later. But he's going to talk about how there's a 52% loss in 8 months. You see how he's leaving out context purposely to make the reader seem like things are bad. And actually, what made silver with $50 was a stock market crash. But he's using the stock market crash as making it seem like silver was collapsing by that. See how they can like twist words and leave out context to portray what they're trying to get across. If you want a stable investment, you can make more reliable returns over a long period. And there are other options available, right? And then he's talking about make it easier. You can start investing in a robo-advisor, make custom, like what that, like no. So, like what? Like, and then he talks about the ability to buy fake silver. So now he has to push in this fear tactic of you might get scammed. And believe it or not, you can invest in silver without actually owning any silver. And that's talking about fake silver. He goes into ETFs, even better. So investing in silver ETFs allows you to exposure, but you aren't purchasing any physical. This is new potential and gains, a potential danger. And then he's going to talk about the top ETFs and how great they do. So, and it adds to the downside risk of investing, which is getting your door kicked in. I think there's a more dangerous aspect of your silver being in some vault halfway across the world with some third-party custodian you can't even pronounce his name. I think your silver being in your own safe in your house is a little safer. Silver coins, while having a silver dollar may seem like a great investment, it's based more on the collector's value than the silver bullion. And I could disagree with that. There's a lot of just standard bullion that's sold for the metal. Let's look at this. If you want to buy a silver, for a silver coin for the metal, you can. This coin, a generic round, is selling around $28, $29. If you want a collectible coin, you can get one. Let's see how much a collectible coin is. We'll go to Queen's Beast. Or no, those are 2 ounces. Well, we won't do a 2-ounce coin. We'll make it simpler. Let's do, what do I want to do? Just to get a good, we'll do pandas. So if you want to buy a collectible coin, here's a panda for $40, right? I just gave 2 of these pandas away for my giveaway yesterday, actually. 2021s. But anyways, you see what I'm saying? he's trying to put on this thing that coins are only sold for collector value, and he's leaving out the whole entire business of generic silver, of standard bullion. So he's making it seem like it's more confusing. The physical silver's this other market where you can't buy silver for its metal content. And then he says most silver dollars aren't 49 spine silver. They tend to be closer to 60%. And he's talking about a Morgan. I mean, an American Eagle, which is a silver dollar, is 39 spine silver. 999 silver. I mean, is he trying to use silver dollars as constitutional to kind of like twist? Silver dollars are a collector item and aren't pure silver. I mean, yes, there's 0.715, 90% silver. It's 90%, not 60%. And if you want to know how much silver, it's the equation face value times 0.715. So if you have $5 worth of junk silver, of mercury dimes and half dollars, you would do face value. So if you have $1.50 worth, you would do 1.5 times 0.715. It would tell you how much actual silver you have. And then you could see, compare it to spot price and see if you're getting a good deal. That's just a little tip in there. But you just see, and now he's going to go into the not so honest, another fear tactic. So an unfortunate truth is not all companies are honest. Vast majority are, but some deal. So don't buy from those. Buy from Atmex. Buy from JM Bullion. Buy from Provident Metals. Buy from SD Bullion. Buy from Modern Coin Mart. Buy from Silver Gold Bull. I mean, buy from anywhere that's a legit dealer, and you won't have to worry about this. I mean, I just hate how. And then they have a nice picture of some guy with his head down bad, and he shouldn't have invested into silver, and his life is over. At some point, you would request for your investment to be sold and given cash from the sale, but if there's ever a time that a lot of people want their silver from business, they wouldn't have enough physical silver to fulfill their obligations. And then storage fees. I mean, how much does it cost? I mean, a safe is what? Maybe, a couple feet, maybe cubed, whatever, in your house. I mean, how much does that cost? I mean, maybe the only storage fee is buying a $150 safe and maybe buying the 10-cent coin capsule to make sure your coin stays in perfect condition. Because if you're looking at this from an ETF side, there's no reason you should be buying an ETF anyways. Or maybe your safety deposit box, maybe there's like a $20 per year fee. And I've never seen a safety deposit box that's $200 a year. He's definitely exaggerating, the steep end to make it seem like, obviously, it's expensive to use these things or to take those tools. I mean, if you can't hold it, you don't own it. Just buy a safe, hide it in your house somewhere. Make sure it's a good safe. I mean, my safe is so big that if someone kicked in my door and tried to take my safe out of my house, they would need 3 people. I mean, it took 3 people to get my safe in my house. Nobody's going to kick in my door and be able to carry my safe out, especially up the stairs. No, by that time, they would have dropped it, gave up, or I would have caught them. I mean, it's just common sense. Or bolted into the wall, and especially when you have a lot of silver in there, it makes it even heavier. But, regardless, it's just use common sense. He's writing this article for people who are just completely just don't have common sense, it seems. Because if anyone reads this and believes all this, they shouldn't be investing into precious metals anyways, honestly. Gold and silver hedge or protect your money from inflation because both are oppositely correlated. And as the value of each dollar goes down with inflation, the value of silver increases. So this is how you end up with a higher price per ounce. While this is a good thing and drives the price of silver up as well as the overall economy, inflation needs to be balanced. So it is also where deflation can hurt your investment. While inflation makes each dollar worthless over time, deflation makes each dollar worth more. But do you ever think deflation is going to save the economy. Do you ever think, and he's writing this in a way that the dollar can recover, even though the dollar's lost 98% of its purchasing power, 44% in the last 20 years. We are, what, how many trillions of dollars in debt are we now? I mean, 29, 30 trillion dollars in debt. The dollar's collapsing. Do you really think that over time, in 10 years from now, things are going to get better? No. So why even make this statement giving people hope that maybe the dollar will recover and silver won't be worth anything? We know that this first statement is the only possibility. So, and then he's looking at hedge funds to protect investments, trying to push people into another direction instead of physical silver. This was a case, especially through the Great Depression, where the price of silver went from $18 to $4 by 1930. And guess what happened in 1930? FDR got in office, changed the gold to silver ratio from 16 to 1 to 75 to 1, single-handedly devaluing silver. But he's not going to mention that part. He's not going to mention the context of why silver hit $4.75. I could also make the same statement. Silver was $15, silver was $50 in 1980. But then by 1981, the price was back down to 14. You want to know why? I could just say that statement alone and say, see, silver could drop so fast. But the real context is the government banned the act of buying silver directly because the Hunt brothers pushed silver up to $50. So the government banned silver. You could not buy silver on the COMEX. You couldn't buy silver anywhere. They banned the act of buying silver. It was called Silver Rule 7, which led to, in March, Silver Thursday, which silver collapsed. And that was because of the government banning silver, because the Hunt brothers owned 77% of the global supply of silver themselves. And there wasn't enough silver to make these iPhones. Obviously, there wasn't iPhones back then, but make these computers and all this stuff. So context matters, right? Context matters. He's just going to say this without telling us how that happened or why that happened. So now the potential for loss. Who's going to lose their silver? I mean, you just lose it like you lose your phone, like you lose your keys? No. Like, come on. Has anyone ever lost their stack? I mean, think about it. I've never heard of someone just saying, oh, I lost my stack of silver. Like, come on, guy. Come on. There's no true value per ounce, and that's exactly what makes silver valuable, because the value he's comparing this to is fiat, and fiat is worthless. That's why gold and silver has been valuable for 5,000 years. And that's why every fiat-based system has collapsed, because spot price is irrelevant. No matter who says that 1 ounce coin is worth what is irrelevant, because the coin's value is the 1 ounce inside of it, not the price tag attached to it. And value can change based on fear, just like stocks. Except I can give you 100 reasons why stocks will not be valuable or not have potential or not be bullish for the next 10, 20 years. I could give you 100 reasons why silver will be valuable and bullish over the next 10, 20 years. Stocks are pegged to the dollar. It's like switching seats on the Titanic. If the dollar collapses, stocks will with it. But if the dollar collapses, silver won't. If the dollar recovers, silver goes up. It's a win-win, because silver is an industrial metal and a monetary metal. So whether the economy is in good or bad shape, silver benefits. Gold only benefits if the economy is in bad shape. But he's not going to mention any of that. He's not going to mention any of that. Silver doesn't pay you dividends. I mean, okay, then invest in things that also do pay you dividends if that's really what you want. And here he goes back, leaving out context, going back to the 2001-2008 bull market for silver, which that was not a bull market. The bull market was 2008 to 2011, right? He's trying to say the bull market was 2001 to 2008, when the real bull market was 2008 to 2011. That's when silver went from $14 an ounce or $9 an ounce to $50 an ounce. But he's completely leaving out context to make it seem like it's really hard to make gains. Then he goes to the S&P 500, which is an idea of potential gains or loss, but it isn't a perfect system. So while silver can be a great asset addition to anyone's portfolio, there are some drawbacks to silver investing that need to be addressed and compensated for. For market manipulation, shorting ETFs or storage fees eating away your potential, you need to make sense. Like, oh man, look at a great article. I should email this guy and just tell him how good he did on this article. What is his name? No, I don't want to. That's doxing him, basically. Because I don't want you guys to all flood his emails saying, oh, you're so stupid. Yeah, I'm not going to do that. The link will be in the description. If you want to find this guy and say whatever you want, you can, or comment on this article. Can you comment on this article? I want to see if anyone did comment and what they said. You can leave a comment, but it doesn't look, or I guess I would have to make an account to see comments. But anyways, great article, right? Just so thoroughly written, so much context. He was so clear, and his points were just so on point. And I mean, it was just a great article. Obviously, he understands the market so good. He understands economics. Obviously, he understands, the true value of silver and the true value of the dollar. Great article, my friend. Yeah. So anyways, I'm going to wrap this video up here. I hope you enjoyed this video. Like I said, it's going to be informational, but most of all, it's going to be entertaining. So if you thought this video was informational, educational, or at least entertaining, make sure to smash the like button. Make sure to subscribe, click the bell because I post daily videos, and I'm doing another giveaway soon. I just gave away 2 2021 pandas. So if you want a chance to win some free silver shipped straight to your front doorstep, click subscribe. Thanks for tuning in. This was Silver Slayer. I'll see you guys soon. Peace.